Busy morning here for this Friday, and we're going to get your weekend started in the right way. The Mzansi Super League starts next week Friday. It'll see 32 matches take place across 6 different cities. All the matches will be live on SABC 3, Radio 2000 and at Umhlobo Wenene will also be broadcasting 22 different matches during the period. Last week it was all about the money, 10 million rand prize purse for the tournament. So this week we're speaking about the silverware because the beautiful trophy was revealed this past week. The Mzansi Super League trophy, as well as Cricket South Africa's head of communications, Koketso Gaofetoge, and ambassador for the league, Makhaya and Ntini, as well as former Proteas bowler and Theunis Bruin of the Tshwane Spartans, join me all in studio. Good morning to each and every single one of you.
Good morning, Ben.
Hello.
KK, I'm going to start with you. I'm going to start with you. If you can just take us through this beautiful trophy and the inspiration behind it and tell us a little bit more about it.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of inspiration that came through with this trophy. As you know, we worked with Radiant Studios and Thomas Light in the UK, and it also got a local flavor with our creative designer, Ladu Mangokolo. He brought in that local flavor that we've all been looking for. As you can see within this beautiful trophy, you've got some element of some Xhosa and Zulu, art on it, and you also have a bit of the Protea in it. And also you've got the world map, also just overlooking the African continent right at the bottom where the Mzansi Super League logo is. So we've got a lot of international flavor with people who have designed the Rugby World Cup trophy, the FIBA World Cup trophy, and now they've come back home and designed the Mzansi Super League trophy.
It's certainly magnificent, Theunis. You're going to be playing for this with the Tshwane Spartans. You're in a team where you've got the likes of Ian Morgan and AB de Villiers. AB de Villiers says that you guys are in with a pretty good shot at actually lifting this. How do you feel?
No, definitely. If you've got guys like Mr. 360 in your team, why not? It's quite a big thing for a lot of players. And it's very nice for a guy like AB who's retired from international cricket to really look forward to be playing in this tournament. That just shows how much this means to the country and especially the South African cricket players. We want to broadcast our talents all over the world, and we really want the local public to really come and support this, because I reckon it's going to be really good cricket.
Really good cricket, and for you, Makhaya, this is something that's very exciting, not only as a former player and the platform that it provides, but also the fact that you're a dad and you've got a son that's coming through the ranks, and you want as many opportunities for young cricketers to actually be able to perform.
Yeah, thank you very much. I think most definitely, when you look at this kind of a tournament, I'm going to go out of South Africa, I'm going to go to look at India, Bangladesh, Pakistan. They all started this league so that the young cricketers, from from the school upgrade to the top, they become part of this small tournament. And then you come to South Africa, it's one of those things that I think it was needed in South Africa. So whereby now we can easily oversee, the broadness of the talent in South Africa, where now it's going to be easy for them to represent South Africa, where you could being picked up from this kind of tournament. It's one of those things that South Africa needed to bring in instead of having the test, the one dayers and the provincials. Now you're bringing the big tournament where the youngsters will be able to rub shoulders with the big names. You're talking about Morgan. Now there's Chris Gale and all of those guys that they normally watching them on the TV from far. Now they become in part of that. It's a wonderful suggestion.
When we were talking about having South Africa's very own T20 league, many people say, well, we've actually missed the bus. The IPL is now over 10 years old. The Big Bash in Australia is also well established. So all of the different, test playing nations, they've got really well established leagues, and South Africa was really lagging behind. But it seems to me as if the South African public have really eaten this up, and they've really, they've been hungry for it.
Yeah, South African public has been hungry, and as Cricket South Africa, we took heed to the call to make sure that we bring a tournament that is proudly South African, that will appeal to the broader South African public. And what better way to bring it to SABC, but also the international marquee players that are coming. You also, as Theunis mentioned earlier on, you know, we've got our very own Mr. 360 himself, the likes of Koketso Gaofetoge. The boys are currently in Australia, and they've talked about the excitement of coming to play in front of their home fans. You know, Koketso will be with the Josie Stars. Theunis is going to be rubbing shoulders with Ian Morgan and all those guys. So it's just a great tournament, and we're hoping that the South African public can just continue supporting, go buy tickets at Ticket Pro, and make sure really behind your respective cities. And some of the players that are going to be on show are some of the best in the world, and you don't want to miss this opportunity.
Theunis, you've been impressive in the test setup for the Proteas this year. How much does it mean to you to be in a team where you've got the likes of AB de Villiers and Ian Morgan, two class batsmen, and yourself a batsman, you know, to be learning from them and to be in the same team as them?
No, definitely. You know, you're very fortunate as a youngster when you get into teams where you've got really good players. Obviously, the national side has that. And to have the guys, especially in Owen Morgan, you know, he brings a bit of a different culture from where he plays. And to rub shoulders with guys like that won't only benefit me, it will benefit most of the players. So that's what this competition is all about. It's about actually making South African cricketers better cricketers. And that's the exciting thing, and we're all very hungry for that.
We've seen you perform on the test front, so you're going to be focusing in on the T20. Yet to make your debut for the one-day international team. How are you going to hope that a tournament like this and performing well here will bridge that gap?
Well, hopefully if we win the trophy, you know, I would have been playing good cricket, and obviously that's still a dream, and it's a short-term goal definitely with a World Cup close by. You know, a lot of young players want to get into that team, so it's going to be a very, very enjoyable 4 weeks, but the focus is definitely on producing performances that's going to help us win games.
Obviously, that's the next massive international competition for the Proteas, Makhaya. Your belief in our team, as they are currently underway at the moment in Adelaide, can we lift the World Cup trophy next year?
To be honest with you, there's a massive opportunity, you know, that we can really, this time, being able to bring the trophy home. There's been if right through even the time we were playing, you know, we get close and then we throw it away ourselves. But I think now the structure that has been developed in South Africa, whereby, you know, there's no what you call heroes among themselves. They playing as a unit, they playing as a team. So that definitely, you know, in the position now to understand themselves and understand what their role they need to play. So I will definitely put South Africa this time and saying they will bring the trophy home. They will bring the trophy home? Without a doubt.
Have you had personal conversations with the guys?
You don't have to, but you're overseeing as a person that is in on the, you know, in the media as well, talking about analysis and being on the television and seeing, you know, how they perform as individual. So we are easily identify those ones that we see. If that particular player can be put in a certain position, you know, South Africa will stand a massive chance to bring the trophy home.
The trivia question that we asked this morning was related to cricket, and I said that we're going to have you in studio. That was a little bit of a clue for our viewers. The last time, we asked the question, what was the result of the last time that South Africa played against Australia at the Adelaide Oval? You were involved in that test match.
Yes.
You were also one-day international, excuse me. You were also with Dale Steyn. How impressed have you been with Dale Steyn and what you saw from him in the first one-day international?
No, I think, you know, they never call him the Parabora Express for nothing. He's a true fellow. He's a true performer. He's one of those guys that when you are sitting down and having a cup of coffee with, you talk sense. You know, he has never been in a position that he's being by himself, where he takes a glory. He's always put the team first. And then I think, you know, there are a lot of kids that they can be able now to use that opportunity being with him on the field and learn, you know, how he conduct himself regarding of the performance. Look at Koketso Gaofetoge. He's part of that. They both, you know, it's almost like they form a set of understanding of each other, what the bowler needs to do on the other side, and then when someone does not do well, the other one put their hand up. And then I think, you know, from Dale Steyn's point of view, he's been there, he's been the leader right through his cricket career, you know. So he's been a journey for him that he will forever remember.
All right, well, to all of you gentlemen, thank you so much for coming into studio, bringing this beautiful trophy. This is what the teams will be playing for come the 16th of December, where the final of the Mzansi Super League, the inaugural Mzansi Super League, will be taking place. Thank you, Theunis, Makhaya and Koketso, for being here in studio on Morning Live. Just an update on what's happening with the Proteas. It's the second one-day international